Good afternoon, this is Colton with Bill Brothers Roofing, doing a digital roof inspection out here in the Scripps Ranch area. We like to do these inspections, outline the current condition of the roof, and provide any recommended action. This roof is currently, been re-roofed in 2000, right when they had these fires come through and they were required to transition all the roofs from wood shake to a lightweight material, either asphalt shingle or concrete tile if we used a lightweight concrete tile. This is a lightweight concrete tile roof. And it's very, it's very sensitive. The lightweight material basically meets the code requirements for the weight restrictions of the plywood and the rafters underneath this and the framing. The flashings are all metal, and then we do see our dormer vents right here that allow ventilation for the attic. Typically we like to use a more low profile dormer just to, basically mitigate fire ember damage. But this material is very fragile. We did see a slip tile right here, and we can see the waterproofing membrane is the most important part on the roof, and this is the underlayment right here. We can see it's welting up and bubbling in certain areas. This bubbling is due to installation when it was wet, and then it heats up and actually compromises the underlayment from the inside out. So we are seeing some bubbling and some deterioration that's occurring. Normal felt paper is gritty, black. This is 20 years old. Moving on this roof, gonna walk very sensitive on this roof. We did have the leak that's happening on this roof is occurring over here, by the kitchen. There's a couple sections where we had a crack tile right here, and we can see kind of the deterioration that's occurring. The underlayment's definitely, at this point on this section of the roof, at the end of its life expectancy. You can see areas where water can clearly penetrate in. And then the vent that's for the kitchen is right there, and we're also seeing the underlayment on this section has a lot of bubbling as well where the leak is currently happening. So it's really hard to tell exactly where it's coming in, but on concrete tile roofs, water always gets underneath the tiles, and then basically the waterproofing membrane, which is the felt paper, expires at a certain point based on exposure and installation practice. Good amount of cracked tiles on this roof. It's a lightweight tile roof, so any little thing, any movement of the home can crack tiles. We have really crowded valleys where we can see right here. These are areas where I would already expect leaks to happen just because they're so crowded. We see so much debris that's pushing water. We usually like to see 4 inches of space so water can free flow down, but now it's all getting stuck in these valleys, which are super sensitive areas. We can see, basically I can't tell if a leak repair has been done right here, but we see water staining. The underlayment looks a little bit better on this side, but, this is definitely areas where we can see where a leak has happened. And we can see the felt paper right here on this side that looks a little bit better, less bubbly. But we do see a good amount of cracked tiles on this side as well. And then getting over to this section as well, we can see a couple more slip tiles, a lot of debris on the roof. There's a lot of wood rot on this roof as well. We're seeing a lot of termite damage, and furthermore, a lot of more cracked tiles around this roof on these sections as well. A bunch of roof maintenance that needs to happen. These valleys need to be widened. We need to get all the debris out. We need to repair these rafters going across right here. They've been repaired multiple times, and so they're basically compromised and hollow. I could probably put a boot through them. But yeah, with the amount of cracked tiles that we're seeing and the amount of maintenance that we need to do on this roof, it's just hard to, kind of do any sort of repair. At this age of the roof's gotten 20 years. It's typically recommended to turn over with a lightweight tile roof because we have so much repairs that need to add up. It's easier just to, replace it and get a new warranty on it. Lightweight tile is the option, or we can go to an asphalt shingle roof like we have right there. So got to kind of measure everything out and give some options for the homeowner. Mitigating the leak is something we can do, but it would be at least on the back section of that roof where that leak's occurring. So we'll pass this along to the homeowner and go from there.